Hi, this is Ascension Girl. Merry Christmas. Although Christmas is not what we thought it was, I like to say Merry Christ Consciousness. That's more along my vibe. That's where I'm at. I'm definitely not into celebrating the traditional concept of what Christmas is, because what Christmas is not what we think Christmas is. I highly recommend doing some research. But I'm coming to you today with a gift for you and a gift for myself by sharing the story that I'm going to share with you. It's December 25th, 2018, and I've been waiting 10 days to share this publicly. It happened 10 days ago where I had a really beautiful communication with my star brothers and sisters. I had extraterrestrial communication, and I have been asked to share with people that interaction and that conversation. So here I am. Merry Christ Consciousness to you. It's a gift for you because it'll bring into your field the possibility of something out of this world happening. And I am not someone who creates false things and presents as fact. I am, if you know me, I'm like just so honest and sometimes brutally, and yeah, just no bullshit aside. Or it's all truth, no bullshit, and bullshit aside. Um, and this is a gift for me too, because for a long time I've known that I am meant to share these really intimate aspects of my life, and it's been really an uncomfortable concept for me to get back into. I used to make YouTube videos years ago, about 9 years ago, actually, 8, 9 years ago. I was making YouTube videos, and anyway, let me just get into it. It's pretty freaking cool. So, on December 15th, 2018, I was in my room here, and I was just in a really beautiful space. I had all this good energy going, and I remember asking, first of all, actually, I heard Shannan go outside. Go in the hot tub, go outside right now. And I didn't really want to because it was really cold outside and it was really warm in my bedroom. And I felt like my bed was calling me to lay down and rest. But I clearly heard this divine message to go outside. So I asked God, there's a way that I communicate, there's multiple ways that I communicate with God and the divine to get validation and confirmation about the steps that I need to be taking in my life. So, and when I'm unsure about something, there's something that I do to ask the question and get an answer. So I asked the question, God and only God, am I meant to go outside? Should I go outside or should I stay inside? And it was a very clear outside. But even still with that, I didn't feel like going outside. So I was like, should I not stay in my bed? Should I stay in my bed right now? Should I just stay in my room? I heard no. And I said, okay, if I go outside, is there a beautiful spiritual interaction or conversation waiting for me? Or is there someone divine like waiting to have a conversation with me outside? And I heard a very strong yes. So even still, I was like, oh, okay, but I ended up going outside and I got in the hot tub. I was by myself, and within moments of being outside and just kind of settling into the hot tub, and I looked up, and I've been having communication with the Pleiades over the last 2 and 3 weeks. And it's interesting because I have a really strong connection with the Pleiadians, and the Pleiades. It's a star cluster, and there's planets, and it's like this whole little beautiful neighborhood in our galaxy. And um, and so I happened in this moment to, like, the moment I got out there, I happened to look up, and generally for the last 2 and 3 weeks, the Pleiades has been right above where I live, and in the hot tub I look up and they're right there. But in this moment, the Pleiades were moved over, and so I'm like, oh, there you are, and I said hi. I'm just going down the order of events, okay, in my head, and I said hi, like, oh, hey, and I said hi, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down, actually, everything. I wrote it on my phone. And it was interesting because I heard, okay, so as I was going outside that night, I heard grab your phone. Because I was like, no, I'm going to leave my phone. I don't want to get distracted. Like, I just want to go and have the experience. And whatever's waiting for me, I just want to experience that. And I heard, no, get your phone, but you are not to search for anything. Don't go on any social media. You're taking your phone out there only to write notes if you feel called to. You are to do nothing else on your phone. I tend to get distracted on my phone. So, okay, so I'm out there and I'm in the hot tub. I have my phone there. And I'm so glad that I did, because I was able to document this beautiful experience. So I made notes about, because once they started talking to me, let me get to that. I made contact and they made contact back. And then this beautiful conversation flowed. So I made notes so that, because as it was, okay, oh my God, I'm so excited to share this. I'm all over. But, so I grabbed my phone, and um, okay, so after moments of being out there, I look up, I didn't see the Pleiades. I noticed they were over, just, the rotation of our planet, and things move, and the Mayans were experts at keeping time, and that's how they kept time, by the relation of what you saw up in the sky at certain times, and they were documenting these things, the movement of the stars and the planets. So I was thinking about that when I was out there. And so I said, hi. When I found them, I said hi, and they wrote back, see, look at us. We're right here. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, and I didn't, like, honestly, I speak to the divine all the time, and I speak to my star brothers and sisters all the time. So, but it oftentimes comes in just as a thought, like your own thought. So I'm thinking, like, okay, I just thought that, like, them responding, I just thought that, right? Like, what? And then I kind of settle back, and I look up again to the stars, and so the Pleiades were that way, and now I'm just kind of in this moment. After that moment, sit back and I look up straight, and there's a house. So I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna show you. There's a house. Um, there's a house straight ahead, so their roof goes like that, and then there's these tall trees that go like that. So it's like this corner, this where the shadow of the roof meets and these trees, and it's all dark outside, but the moon is shining, so I'm able to see a little bit of the shadow. Excuse me. Ooh. I'm able to see a little bit of the shadows of the house, the roof, and the tree. So I'm sitting there, and I then, as they say, hi, we're here, they said, we are right here when I'm looking at that. And then when I turn my head here, I see the star move, like a drastic movement. And I'm like, okay, did I imagine that too? Like maybe I moved my head and like the star stayed there, but I moved my head. And then because at that moment, I see the star move from behind the trees out in front of the trees. So it's in this little space between the roof and the trees. So it's like right here. Like it moved right here. So now it's visible. And that's exactly when I heard them say, see, look at us. And then this star, this light in the sky, moved like that, like horizontally, like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sitting there by myself, like, what? And then it moved back. And they said, see, look at us. We're right here. And they moved back all in this little space. Here, 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 like 4 or 5 times. And then I'm like, are you serious? Is that really you? And then they moved like this. Up, down, up, down, up. I'm looking like my mouth is dropped open and I'm like, okay, am I imagining all of this? Right? Like, this is crazy. Yeah, I have been having communication with them for the last 2 and 3 weeks, but it always blows my mind. Like, am I imagining this? Is this fake? Even after all, like, that flow of the conversation, how it happened. And that's when the real conversation started. Like, that was just to gain my awareness, to get my attention, to, I'm the one that said hi first. They reached back out, they made themselves known, and that's when the conversation started, and that really started, and that's when it got really good. Because I was just I'm at a point in my life where I'm like at a crossroads. I'm at a fork in the road where I'm here at this beautiful, beautiful place, but I can go this way or that way, or many different ways, and I don't completely know the answers to all of those questions. So I was just out there and I was under a little bit of stress at the time. And I remember just looking like I was seeking answers. And that's when the conversation started. So the first thing that they were saying is just slow down your mind, slow your mind down. And like in my days, slow down, slow your mind down, even slow your physical movements down. I move very fast and like I'm always like going on the move and I'm like, but that's not beneficial. And just the beautiful conversation of like what my next steps should be in my life, I received in this cosmic conversation with my star brothers and sisters, with extraterrestrials that are out there that are seeking. First of all, we're connected to them, many of us on this planet right now, and they want to see our planet evolve, and they want to see humanity evolve outside of this matrix that we've been living in, this prison-like planet where we are all stuck here and don't even know it. And they are really wanting to help us in that. So, and the thing about them, they can't just come here and land and be like, hey, we have all the answers. And they do have all the answers, but we also have all the answers, humans living on this planet. And if you feel like you don't have all the answers, then you can reach out to God, reach out to the divine, reach out to your star brothers and sisters who are right out there waiting for us to connect with them. So basically, I want to make this video shorter than longer because it's already 15 minutes in, but I heard slow down. And in that moment, I saw they were showing me a vision of me, like of what that looked like. It wasn't just here's some advice. It was like I was given also a visual image of what that looked like. And they showed me what I look like as I'm in a moment and my mind is going too fast or moving very fast. What's too fast? There's nothing. It's all relative. But and then they showed me another image of a vision of me with my mind slowed down and how I could be more effective in this moment and in all moments if I were to choose to slow down, how my mind is working. Also, physically, if I were to slow down my physical movements in moments. Um, I saw both of those play out in front of me. And also, I was then shown um, a picture, a vision of me doing an interview with someone interviewing me, like on a stage. It was on a stage, and I was being interviewed, and like for some big publication. And I was just like this goddess, gracefully moving, and like just in my own, like embodying my higher divine self, just in this moment, naturally being me. And I'm like gracefully moving into that. I'm not that this moment all the time, but that's what I'm moving into. And so that's like the ultimate goal is to, I've been groomed since I was young to become a person that is basically a bridge between heaven and earth, like an ambassador on earth of heaven and the cosmic realm. And I've been groomed since I was a little girl, and I'm 34 years old now. So anyway, I want to go back into this. I want to go back into it so I can get to the good stuff. So essentially, it was like personal advice about what I can be doing in my life at this moment. And also, um, also, this little star didn't just stay there. Like, imagine you're having a conversation with someone, how they respond. Like, they'll nod their head, they'll like they reflect back certain things that are showing you that they're listening and they're engaged in the conversation that you're having with them. It was the same with them. This little light in the sky. What, like, at different points when they were talking to me and I would ask questions or talk back, like it was moving and it stayed in this little section that I could see. It could have easily just moved a little bit outside of my frame of reference or my frame of vision and I wouldn't have been able to see and not. Like it all just went so beautifully together, and that's why I'm sharing this, because it happened and stuff like this always happens to me. And I just feel like you knowing about this example, this situation in my life, could open up consciousness, can expand your awareness of what's possible and what could happen to you potentially. And I'll say that there are positive ETs and there's negative ones, but most of them are positive. And most of the ones that are surrounding our planet right now are positive and they are just waiting for the right time to connect with you and to come here. Um, some things need to happen before that happens. There are some stages that need to be fulfilled first, like the mass arrests of the elite, which is right around the corner. Um, anyway, that's a different conversation too, but and then yeah, it was like having a conversation with people. And I also heard the major part of that conversation, of that guidance that I got from my cosmic star brothers and sisters, was surrender. Surrender. I need to surrender, and I need to share this message to others to surrender in your life. And instead of, which has been proven to not work, instead of trying to do it all on our own and basically being a hamster in a hamster wheel, doing the same things every day, expecting different results. Like we've, I don't want to say that we're all victims, but we've been under attack in different aspects of our lives, physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally, in terms of religion, in terms of financial, health, wellness, the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, our water supply, our air supply, our food supply, the education system, the military, the government, every single aspect of our lives has been tampered with. And we have, in a sense, been victims. I don't want to say that because I don't want to push this victimhood mentality, but that's the reality of our existence on this planet. There's a small group of people that have done things to harm us and to get us off track and to disconnect us from our source and from the truth of what is held within us and the truth of the world around us. History has been rewritten. Female leaders have been, and sages and prophets and spiritual leaders and leaders in the world, women have been taken out. They've been ripped out of our history. There's her story as well, and her presence in our planet's history and in humanity's history. She matters, and she will alter your understanding once the truth is finally revealed. But anyway, I was given this message to surrender. Stop worrying. When life gives you divine orders to surrender and fall back, in this moment I was being given divine orders to surrender and fall back in a literal trust fall. And as they're explaining this to me, I see this vision in my head. It's like a flash, like a movie playing in my mind. And it's like inserted to enhance the conversation, to enhance and deepen my understanding of what they're talking about. And they showed me this vision of me, this image of me standing and doing a trust fall and feeling like I'm by myself, I'm alone. It says when it seems like you're falling to the ground, alone and confused, scared and hopeless, in that moment, stop worrying. And that's what we all need to be doing in all these situations that have us so freaked out and so anxious and so wrapped up in, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is going to unfold. Like, I need this to work out positively. Well, how we've been addressing and approaching these situations has not been the best, most effective way. We need to give it to God. Take the action steps to make the outcome be what we want it to be, but clearly set our intentions, clearly ask our questions, and send our prayers to God and our spiritual team that is here to support us on this planet. Our angels, our spiritual guides, our passed over loved ones. We can talk to them and request that they do certain things for us. We're in the final phases of the dark ruling the planet. The dark is not ruling the planet anymore. We have more divine support than we ever have in lifetimes. So we need to get comfortable with letting go of the power, the security that we feel like we have by like being kind of aggressive and freaking out about these things in our lives that really we don't have control over. We need to be surrendering, and when it feels like we're all by ourselves and we're going to fall and hurt ourselves, understand that when you just set the right intention and you pray and you ask, you will be taken care of. God and the angels and your heavenly team will swoop down and soften that and will actually not even allow you to fall. You'll be propped back up and you'll be catapulted into wherever it is you do need to be. So I got that message. Stop worrying. That's creating more of what you don't want. Completely shift your thinking process. Connect and call in abundance. You are capable. Say, I am capable. And I'm intrinsically motivated to create whatever it is that you want. 1. Clarify what you want to happen in and around you. 2. Declare to yourself and the universe. your need or desire to occur in and around you. 3. Live vibrationally in alignment with the energy of that of which you are calling in. Your inside energy and your outside energy must match. And then I was given personal guidance about how to share the pockets of heaven information that I am alive to share, creating pockets of heaven on earth and within us. Excuse me. Creating pockets of heaven in and around us, energetically and physically. And then I also got different, very clear guidance about different YouTube videos I need to make. And different blog posts I need to write, and just other personal things about myself. So, thank you for listening to this. This was the first video in a series of many more that I will be making. I'm honored that you are here watching, listening to me, and I have lots more to say. And I guess I'm coming in with a bang, sharing an ET story, my conversation with my star brothers and sisters, cosmic conversation. So what are your star brothers and sisters trying to talk to you about? What are the messages they're trying to get across to you? What are the messages? What is God saying to you? What are your spiritual guides saying to you and your angels? Open up your ears to hear. You must have eyes to see and ears to hear if you want to engage with them. They're waiting with bated breath to communicate with you and connect with you and enhance you and uplift you and become the most divine version of yourself. We're all being called to step into the divine versions of ourselves. Become that person. Become the final version of ourselves. The one that will then ascend. So, we're being supported. The darkness is crumbling down as we speak. Their positions of power are being canceled out and they're being replaced. Our corrupt financial system is coming to an end. And it may not be comfortable and it may not be pretty, and they're going to try to spin it in the mainstream media into this catastrophe, but that needs to happen in order for the new to be ushered in. So I thank you for listening to me. I really do appreciate and send you so much love right now. I'm sending you love right now. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the time to step into your life and communicate my truth to you. So I love you much, and I'll talk to you soon. Ascension Girl signing off. I love you. Oh, and thank you to my Pleiadian brothers and sisters, my star family. Thank you. Appreciate you. Please, I want more of this conversation. More, I want more, I want more. Love you, bye. And only positive interactions. I only want to engage with positive people, positive conversation. Love you, bye.